Welcome back, everybody, to Last Night Productions. I'm your host, Carlos, and with me today I got Gordon Shumway. How's it going, Alf?
It's going good.
Blowing up
nice.
kitchens?
No, it's been a little while since that's happened, thankfully. I've been remembering to turn the gas on. Or I've been remembering to not turn the gas on. I forget I think the problem was you left the gas on for too long or something. A lot of gas. Yeah.
But today we are going to be talking about what we saw last night, which was the last voyage of the Demeter. Here's a little clip.
In the night, it drinks our blood. He is here. We call him Dracula.
He's coming! Did you see the size of that bloody thing? I want to kill the cursed thing.
He is on this ship, which means that we will never leave it.
The devil is real. May God have mercy on us all.
The Last Voyage, everybody. This one is actually from Bram Stoker's Dracula, the original book. And it's focused solely on a single chapter from that book. And they stretched it out into a 2-hour film. It's about a crew aboard the ship Demeter who are unknowingly shipping Dracula across the ocean towards England. And this one stars Corey Hawkins. We got Liam Cunningham, who's from Game of Thrones. He was the Onion Knight. David Dastmalchian. Dastmalchian. He was a Spot in the Suicide Squad. Or Mr. Polka Dot, I think was the name.
Yes. Yeah. He's been he was in Oppenheimer, I think, too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think he was a
scientist. He's in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's good. He's always good in those ones.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just a doomed crew aboard a ship getting picked off one by one by Dracula himself. Oh, we have a comment. Bottle Jack said, "Ooh, I love the Smashing Pumpkins in there."
You know, I think we talked about. I'm so tired of that though. The slowed down dramatic rock songs and trailers. Mm-hmm. I'm really sick of it. You know me, I'm sick of everything. But I really long for the day when we can get away from that.
You want to bring back the deep voice guy? In a world.
I mean, not really. Nor do I want the back either. I don't know. Maybe just use the score from the actual movie. Maybe, I don't know. You know, they used to I know a lot of people say in the 90s there was this phase where they kept using it's called Bishop's Countdown. It's part of the score from Aliens. They used that in a bunch of trailers in the 90s. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know about ripping off other movies to use for your trailer, music wise. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
It's a cliche now.
Well, speaking of the soundtrack,
maybe I talk about Christian. I know Christian and I have talked about it a lot and how we're kind of not to put words in his mouth, but kind of talk about it's a little overdone.
Oh yeah, like the slowed down rock music.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one had a pretty good score though. Bottle Jack said, "Okay, hear me out. LNP does the trailers now."
Yeah. Yes, we will. Yeah. I mean, we are Last Night Productions. We're gonna make the trailers.
Or we make them. Oh, okay. I'm down. Remaster them.
Yeah, we're gonna make them. Yeah. Yeah. Hollywood's gonna come to us now.
Put our own scores on them.
And then they'll be like, "Oh God, what have we done? We're so stupid. We let these jackasses make our trailers."
But going back to The Last Voyage, this one's directed by Andre Ovredal. Have you ever heard of him?
You know, not off the top of my head. Have you heard of him before?
Not really, but it looks like he's known for Troll Hunter from 2010.
Okay, I've never seen
Mortal
that.
from 2020, The
Mhm.
Autopsy of Jane Doe in 2016.
Okay, I know a lot of people like that movie. I've never seen it, but I know that movie got a lot of buzz when it came out.
Oh, the biggest one, it looks like 2019, he did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Which
Okay,
I missed that one.
I haven't seen it. That was a book. Remember, that was like a kid's book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
didn't
I
Guillermo
remember.
del Toro work on that film?
Maybe it kind of seems like he might have. Yeah, yeah. I remember that came out, and it just kind of like I don't know. A few people talked about it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wonder if it's worth watching. That'd be
Yeah.
maybe a good one, maybe to throw on in the next coming months.
Yeah, coming to autumn soon.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But Ian, what'd you think about The Last Voyage of the
Um,
Demeter?
I told you and your dad when we were like, it was decent. I kind of feel about I kind of felt about Cocaine Bear. I was just kind of happy to just, it was a Friday evening, just in theater, and just sitting and hanging out with you and your dad. Like, I just had a fun time.
Hmm.
I think we pointed out some things, or you pointed out some things that I agreed with in the sense that, it felt maybe like at the 2 hour length, it was a little drawn out. They're just taking
Definitely.
like one chapter from a book and expanding it to 2 hours. I think they could have probably an hour and a half would work better.
Yeah, definitely.
And it just felt at times like just a little bland. Your dad and I was thinking about this too throughout the movie. Like your dad brought up how it kind of reminded him of Alien, how there's like a stowaway on board picking people off. But just something about in Alien is just so much more investing. In this one, it was just kind of like, I'm just kind of there, like going through the motions a lot of the time. But at the same time, there was there's decent amount of violence and people getting all, I guess maybe this is spoiler territory, but people getting boinked up and
Yeah, a lot of
the
burns.
worms crawl and the worms crawl out.
What's that from?
Crawl, the worms crawl in and the worms crawl out. I don't know.
Is that from Dracula?
It might be the worms, but yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It was very so-so. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't a bad
Right,
film by any
exactly.
means.
Like I wasn't pissed off.
Yeah, exactly. But
I
it
wasn't like,
wasn't
oh
like,
my god, this is terrible.
yeah, it wasn't the best film I've ever seen. Very almost cookie cutter-ish, I guess. I mean, how many times has Dracula been done, right?
Right. Yeah.
Uh, we came for a film where Dracula's on a boat, and that's exactly what we got for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, Samantha said the Her song from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Oh, so Sam, you've seen it, or is
Maybe
that
she
in the
read the
book as
book.
well? Yeah, because
Probably the book.
I don't really remember the book. I don't even know if I
Yeah.
ever even read it all the way through or at all.
Mm.
But
I think my biggest gripe with this film though is like the lack of Dracula. I feel like we don't get a lot of him.
that's
I,
yeah,
I would have liked to expand on his character more, but it's more like
yeah,
speculation. Like, oh, he like keeps me in his castle, which we know from the book, we know from Nosferatu, all that, all of his backstory. But I would have liked to expand on his character a little bit more.
right. So I remember when we first saw the trailers for this, you were like, oh, that it's very Nosferatu-ish, and they definitely go for that look.
Mm-hmm.
That Max Shrek look in Nosferatu. That they give him wings too, which was kind of neat.
Yeah,
Um,
a little
in
bit
this one,
spin.
yeah. But when I think of Dracula, I think of like the like I've learned, even though he never really says it, but the cliche kind of like I've learned to suck your blood, blah, like Sesame Street, Count Dracula, you
Yeah,
know. So
definitely.
did you like how they went with this sort of Nosferatu-ish Dracula instead of the Bela Lugosi or Christopher Lee style of Dracula?
I do like the Nosferatu style, but even then, I feel like Nosferatu was able to speak. This one was more creature than man,
That's a
and
good point.
yeah,
Yeah.
he tries to speak at certain points, like he mimics what they're saying or what they're screaming at him, like "Don't kill me," and he's like "Don't kill me."
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I would have liked it more if he was like, "Blah, I'm gonna suck your blood," or
Yeah.
like
Right.
more cunning, maybe like
Yeah.
more cunning ways to kill them. But he
Yeah.
kind of just, if you're out on the deck, that's it for you. He's just gonna come in and swoop up and take you out real quick. There's no like
Right.
I'm gonna set up a trap and lure them in or anything too clever.
Yeah.
I mean, we did see like a kind of a trap where he's feigning weakness when he's like under the stairs, like, "Ugh,"
Right. Yeah.
but that's like not really explained very well. I don't know.
Yeah.
Little gripes like that.
No, I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to talk like Nicolas Cage.
And you know what? I didn't even think of that while watching the movie because this is technically the second Dracula movie we got this year, at least that we've seen.
Yeah.
And I think we both agreed that we kind of had more fun with Renfield.
More
it was a little more enjoyable. It was, because that's the opposite, where in the sense of like Nicolas Cage, they went for the, that's kind of Dracula.
Yeah.
And it was fun. And there was some decent action in that. I don't remember if I want to say we talked about it at one point, you and Sam and I, but I think I can agree with you in that I would probably go back to Renfield first over this. But it's just, I don't know. I was looking forward to this because I really like that whole, just like, again, like they're trapped on a ship. Like I really like that premise.
Well, and good actors too. I like Liam Cunningham, the Onion Knight.
Yeah. What's it? Corey Hawkins. I was telling you, I remember he was really good as Dr. Dre in Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah. He was good in this one too.
He was. No, I like him as the protagonist.
Yeah. What do you think about the thesis of the film? We're following Corey Hawkins around. He's trying to get work. He's like a doctor who graduated from some prestigious college, Cambridge.
Yeah, I think so.
And he kind of just wants a shot at the world, and he wants to understand it and make sense of it, I guess was the thesis, which is kind of interesting. But I mean, it wasn't like a life-changing storyline from him.
No.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of another reason why it wasn't a standout film for me.
Yeah, and he kind of like they set up this thing where he kind of bonds with the kid on the ship, and I feel like that didn't really go much anywhere. Also,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's not like god awful writing, but at the same time, it was just kind of like, it's almost like really, I think you could almost take the kid out of the movie and it wouldn't change much. But at the same time, not to spoil anything, there is a really awesome part with the kid. Yeah. So there's actually a few scenes with the kid that was pretty cool. But I feel like it's almost just there as like a aesthetic surface level, just kind of like, look what we did, which I like. But at the same time, it really doesn't, character wise, I don't think it changed as much.
Yeah, actually, speaking of the kid, I felt like this movie almost pulled a lot of its punches. We're introduced in a very interesting way to the story. We're starting from basically the end, where the people in England are like, "Oh, there's a ship crash. Let's go find out." And it's rainy and it's atmospheric, and it's like, "Oh shit, they're reading the captain's log. Ooh, this is getting pumped." And then they're like, "Let's go aboard the ship." And like the worst transition I've ever seen is just Dracula going towards the screen. I was like, oh, that was like a big like you're about to go full swing, and then you kind of just pulled back on that one. I don't know what happened there with the transition.
That's funny.
Maybe expand on it, maybe show some bodies. I don't know what you could have done with that, but the way that they transitioned it, and then funny. A lot of like the deaths too in the film as he's picking them off. We don't get to see any big gory like screams, like people getting ripped apart or anything. I feel like they're pulling a lot of punches.
At times they kind of do. We get to see some neck missing gore, which was good. But yeah, it wasn't insane, which I thought it worked. I thought it was fine. I can see what you mean though. It's definitely not what do you call it? Like oh man, of course I can't think of words. It's not sort of like over the topness.
Yeah.
Lack of a better phrase.
Yeah, it wasn't the most impressive to me. It's an R-rated film, but
right.
the way that they took a lot of like cues from like Jaws. I think we talk about that all the time, where you hide your beast and just
Right.
let him get kills, and
Yep.
you don't want to show too much of your creature.
Yeah.
Which speaking of the creature, did you like the design with the wings? And he is, like you said, very Nosferatu like.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I mean, I gravitate more towards the, again, like I brought up earlier, the Bela Lugosi, Christopher Lee style. I'm trying to like Gary Oldman in Francis Ford Coppola's version of Dracula. I've always kind of liked that a little bit better, but I mean, I do also like the style of Dracula as like the sort of creature of the night, like just really sort of the female protagonist in this movie sort of explains, it's like, he is not a man, but he is also not an animal. He wears the skin of a man. He's a hell incarnate, wherever the hell. And I do like that. I mean, one instance of it, I read Salem's Lot in freshman year of high school, and in the book, it's like the main bad guy vampire is sort of like a Dracula kind of dude, and then in the TV movie that Toby Hooper did in the 70s, they changed it to a more Nosferatu monster, and I think it works both ways. I like them both. I think maybe on screen it's more striking with the Nosferatu looking vampires instead. It's probably more scary, a little more disturbing. I thought it was fine. See, that's walking away from this movie. It's just like it's a lot of that. It's like it's fine. It was. I don't know. Did you like the design of the monster?
It was okay. It was it's definitely not my favorite. Having like the creature.
Yeah. It's so funny. Nosferatu is 100 years old, and it's almost like it's like that can never be matched. Like, and it's so funny how it's just like they just set the bar so high that it's like that will forever be the kind of iconic style of that vampire.
Well, yeah, this was shot 1922, Nosferatu, and I mean they do the ship scene in like what 10 minutes maybe tops. They get the whole ship scene out of the way, and I'd argue that's the length it needs to be, but also this is almost better too. Look, they got the rats coming out. The guy's trying to figure out why everybody's sick on the ship. Oh shit!
Right, and there we go. That's just so iconic.
You do not want that coming at you.
No. Just everything, the face to the fingers, it's just so great.
He's so scared he's cross-eyed. So crazy.
Yeah, man. It's so awesome.
I had watched this clip before we went into the last voyage of the Demeter, and I was waiting for some of these scenes. Like we get the guy jumping off, we get the captain tying himself to the wheel.
Right.
I think we got a little bit of that in the last voyage.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Yeah.
Yeah, right here he's tying himself down.
Right.
He's like going down with the ship. Did you want to talk about spoilers for the last Demeter?
Yeah, we can if you want.
All right, here, let me put up the banner. Spoilers section, everybody. If you are wanting to go see this film, I don't know if I would recommend a theatrical release at full price, maybe a matinee ticket, or wait till streaming.
I would say if anyone is interested in it, I would say still go see it. Mainly because I'd rather see this movie get money than all the other crap that's been coming out. The endless slot of superhero movies, and
that is a good thing about this one. Yeah,
I'd just rather see this make money. That's just my biased opinion.
Nice. But now let's get into the spoiler section. I think you brought it up a little earlier. The kid.
Yeah, they killed the kid. That was kind of cool.
That's probably the one punch that they didn't pull.
Yeah.
Which actually shocked me and my dad. We were both like, what?
Yeah. There's a few people, and he's one of the kids. One of them where they get like lit on fire in the sunlight.
Yeah.
Which was neat. That was neat to see. Steven and I, my roommate and I, we just watched this mini series on, I think it's Netflix. Yeah. called Midnight Mass, and that happens a few times in that. So in a way, it was kind of like I had just seen that. So, and they do it pretty good, and I like that show overall. I think better than this. That show was really it had a really good, like, I think I say this, like, I kept telling Steven while we were watching, like, it really felt Stephen King inspired in a good way. Just with the characters and everything, they really took the time to flesh out the characters and whatnot. And, you know, it's like an hour each episode. There's about 7 episodes, so you get like 7 hours. So that's a whole lot of time to, you know, really go into everyone. But yeah, where was I going with that? Oh, the sunlight kills is pretty good.
Yeah,
Wasn't bad.
definitely. But
Yeah.
what are the rules? What are the rules on that? Because we have that stowaway woman who obviously has been
Right.
bitten a few times, but she's just fine in sunlight. And then we got
Well,
the
but then
kid.
at doesn't she die at the end though?
Yeah, but what are the rules again? I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's like the blood only kind of helped her for a little bit. That was kind of, I don't know. I don't know if that really worked for me either.
The blood transfusions or
Yeah.
or not burning and stuff.
Well, it was just kind of like, you know, like, oh, like we've done all these blood transfusions on you, but really, to quote Linkin Park, they tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. You know, like, I don't know. It's almost to the point. Again, it's just like, well, why even bother with that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm no doctor, but blood transfusions, don't you need to be like the same blood
Yeah,
type?
AIDS wasn't a thing back then, Carl.
Okay.
No, you're absolutely right. They probably would have got hepatitis or some shit by doing that. Or wouldn't that kill you? Like if you get the wrong blood type, doesn't that kill you? Doesn't that poison your blood or something?
I was wondering how that worked.
Right. Yeah.
1890s were a little bit different back then, I guess.
More primitive medicine. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, do you have any stand-up performances for this one? Who stood out to you most?
So the lead, Corey Hawkins, he was probably the best. And what's this? The one we were just talking about, the one that's in Polka Dot Man.
David Dastmalchian.
Thank you. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he's good.
And I don't know the woman's name, but she was good too. Wasn't great, but the guy from I don't know any of these people's names. I apologize, but yeah, they you know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad acting. I thought the performances all around were pretty good. The one religious cook guy, he was pretty decent as well.
We were driving home, and my dad was like, "I didn't really buy that guy being ultra religious." The cook.
Yeah.
He did have a pretty good scene though, where he's explaining how there's no more rats on the ship.
Yeah. Yes.
That's unnatural.
There
has to be rats.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of spooky.
Yeah. Again, like I like that setup. Yeah. They did some things that were pretty good. But then it also just kind of like going back to almost kind of snooze fest-ish, but at the same time, it's not that I was completely uninvested. There was just, you know, I don't know. I just never gripped you, gripped you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time. Was that like
a lack of character establishment or something? I'm trying to.
It could be a lot. It could just be the execution, you know? Yeah. Again, maybe it's because, well, see, I think this movie, you're like, I get the points of like, you know, 10 minutes, like in Nosferatu is probably the best, but I think you can make this work because like, again, like say Alien or any movie where like there's something picking people off one by one, The Thing even, you know?
Yeah.
I think it can be done. It's just because I'm trying to think like, why do those movies work? You know, why are we so invested? I think it's just the execution, the style, again, the characters. There's a lot that goes into it. It's you got to get that formula down. And I think this movie, it's like it's almost like they only got certain ingredients, and some others were left off. So that you're kind of left with like it's good, but it's like missing something.
Yeah,
in a way.
Definitely.
I don't know.
A smarter crew. Maybe that's what it's missing because they're all looking at these animals with bite marks, and they're all like, it was you, doctor, you
And
did this.
yeah,
And
right,
then
yeah,
more crew members have bite marks, and they're all like, "It was you, I bet, doctor.
yeah.
This wasn't."
That's a good point.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, did they
it's
know
that
what
kind of
vampires
cliche of like,
were?
it's like he's the only person that actually is. It's almost like he's
Odd
like
man out.
yeah, but it's also like it's like he's the only one that knows what's going on. He's the only one that can, he's a medic, but at the same time, I don't know. I guess that's the point of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or even the woman, she has a really good like little screaming match when she finally wakes up. She's like, "We gotta get off of this ship.
Yeah,
We gotta get
right.
off of this ship." And then the next scene, she's just like washing the dishes. She's like, we're gonna ever find that vampire? No, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty bad.
right.
We're all doomed, but all right, I'll keep
Yeah.
washing some dishes. Like, what is?
Yeah.
Okay. She was so
Yeah.
urgent.
And again, like it would get like, okay, this is really cool, and then just like, I'm just in, just like,
Mhm.
okay, come on,
Yeah.
come on, yeah.
The set, it seemed to be practical,
Yeah,
not just a bunch of CGI stuff. At least as
Yeah.
far as I could tell.
yeah. Which is cool. Of course, there is CGI in it, but at the same time, yeah, I like the design of the ship was good. You definitely they did their best at making it look like the 1890s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the? Maybe I'm jumping ahead, and if I am, please stop me. But do you want to talk about the ending, like the end scene?
Yes, because that I was like, oh snap, we are about to go hunt down Count Dracula. Our boy Corey Hawkins is getting ready. He's probably gonna be the next Van Helsing or
I was gonna. Okay, so
Blade.
what's the Blade? Like I told you, like this is like Blade's great grandfather. So his name is Corey Hawkins' name is Clemens. I almost thought it was gonna be like when he's walking, kind of chasing after Dracula when he leaves from that pub or whatever that was. Like I almost thought it was gonna be like, and from that day forward, I changed my name to Van Helsing, and like it's in a way I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. That would have just been a little too goofy. But yeah, you're right. It does kind of set up almost like he's now the vampire hunter guy.
Mm-hmm. Which, are we gonna get a sequel, you think? Do we need a sequel?
I don't think we need a sequel, really.
Is this
I mean,
leading
it's
us
like,
to the
I almost think I didn't. It's just I don't know, man. Like, do you? I mean, how about like, would you want a sequel out of this?
no, not at all.
Yeah,
But are they gonna like stretch each chapter of Dracula out into a
Right.
single 2-hour film each? Like, dangerous
if
territory
it
there.
got to that point, man, I'm just watching, Dracula from the 30s and Nosferatu and
Yeah.
Christopher Lee Dracula. I mean, we have the Gary Oldman Dracula. We have plenty of Dracula. The 70s with who played, I think. Oh man, there's like one with Jack Palance. Like we have so many Dracula adaptations. Like I don't really think we need like more from this. I think this did it, enough with its just single movie.
Yeah. Well, and we have the new Nosferatu film being worked on.
So is that?
Robert
I need to look
Eggers.
that up. Is that actually in production?
If I'm not mistaken, I wonder if the writer's strike is affecting it at all.
Let me look this up.
I think that he has his usual cast of actors in that one.
Yeah. They already shot it.
Oh, cool.
They shot it in February and May.
Oh, nice.
Wow. So when's it coming out? Well,
Maybe
it doesn't
next
have a. Yeah. Yeah, it's Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult from Renfield, the
Nice.
titular character, Lily Rose Depp, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah, it's Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, this will be interesting. Yeah, I'll definitely see that because I like Robert Eggers.
Which Willem Dafoe played Nosferatu before. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you know what? I watched that. Have you seen that? Did we talk about that? I was a little let down by that. I don't know.
Really?
There's some good scenes in it, but overall, I don't know. I don't know what it was. I just kind of wanted a little more out of that. You know me, I'm a hard person to please as well, so I don't know.
Yeah. That one was okay. It was a good like what was it, 1970s take on it. Maybe it was the
Yeah,
80s, I don't know.
I think was it? I can't remember.
It had a
But
little bit of an artsy spin on there when they finally
it
got to
did.
Germany.
It
And
did,
everybody
yeah.
was like dying in the like the courtyard.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of got a little weird and artsy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling the Robert Eggers Nosferatu will probably be a little bit better than this movie. Who knows though?
I got high hopes for that one.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing is this one was very it was like a period piece, you know. It didn't try to like stretch out to a comedy zone or like it was purely set in the 1890s and that's where we were at.
Yeah.
That's where the technology was at and everything. Even the soundtrack, you know, was very grounded. We didn't have like any rock music coming in and having a big
Right.
action scene, you know.
Yeah.
So it was nice to have the period piece, but I was still sitting there and I was like, man, this is a cool period piece, but I really want to watch Robert Eggers'
Yeah.
Northman. It was making me crave the Northman for some reason.
Or the
Because
I can't remember. Have you seen The Lighthouse?
yes, the Lighthouse is good.
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't really care for his movies, what The Lighthouse being one of them, but Christian and I saw that at Tower when it came out. We really liked it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In fact, I picked up a pretty decent set from Arrow Video. They put it out on 4K.
Oh, nice.
I've yet to watch it yet, but I'm sure it looks really good.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen it since the theater. I need to spin that soon.
Yeah. Demeter. Do you know what Demeter is?
The ship?
Yeah.
Like what
She
it
was
means?
a goddess married to Zeus.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Goddess of agriculture, I think. Which way am I
Oh,
pointing?
wow.
Oh, I'm over here. She's like, yeah, goddess of agriculture and producing and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Kind of interesting that Dracula's floating on there and bringing death to everybody.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Should we rate this one?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you gonna ask?
I was gonna ask you, do you have like a favorite vampires or Dracula movie?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I spent so long like reviewing it with you guys and doing so much research, but Nosferatu is fun.
It's a great movie.
1922. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't really think of any others right now off the top of my head. What about you?
A lot of people like The Lost Boys.
That one's good. That was good.
Yeah. There's another one from that era. It's called Fright Night, which I like better. I like Lost Boys. Lost Boys is a cool movie, but I like Fright Night. Fright Night Part 2 isn't bad either. John Carpenter did a vampire movie in the 90s called Vampires.
Oh, nice.
With James Woods. Have you ever seen that?
No.
If it's streaming, it's not. It's probably like John Carpenter's last decent movie. It's not that great, but at the same time, I do like it. It's good. Didn't my boy Snoop play Blackie? Is that Bones? I've never seen that. I was talking to my roommate about that recently. Yeah, that movie. I remember my Steven was like, "Yeah, man."
Oh.
I forget the original Black. I remember when I found out Blackula was the king of cartoons on Pee-wee's Playhouse. That blew my mind. But yeah. Let me see if Vampires is streaming anywhere.
John Carpenter.
It's on Netflix right now. I don't know if you're kind of still wanting to maybe watch another vampire movie. I would say watch that, Carlos.
Thank you.
I don't know if I had to choose just one, dude. I'm going with the classic Bela Lugosi 1932 Dracula. Like to me, that's just such an awesome movie.
Yeah, that is a good one. I'm not the biggest vampire guy either, though.
Yeah, well, I think they kind of they kind of got dragged through the mud with Twilight and stuff, you know.
I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
Twilight's my favorite vampire movie. No.
Yeah, of course, can't go wrong with Twilight. Yeah, it's not like I like werewolves a little more, maybe, or Frankenstein monster, maybe.
Yeah,
I do like vampires though, but there's another one from the 80s that's cool called Near Dark. That's a pretty cool movie. there's a lot. If
30
we'd
Days
be
of
here all
Night.
day.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that.
Oh.
And isn't there another like Let Me In, let the right one in or something? I can't
Oh, I
remember.
think Mark was recommending that one too.
Yes, yeah.
That one's creepy.
But yeah. Oh, you seen it?
Yeah, the Swedish version, I think. The
Okay,
original version.
gotcha.
Yeah. Scary.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that someday soon.
But what do you rate The Last Voyage?
I'm struggling between a 3 and a 3.5.
Yep.
I might go 3.5 because I think I'm. It's just hard, man, because it's like if I gave it a 3, I go back and I go, well, I gave like The Flash a 3. I think I gave Guardians of the Galaxy 3 a 3. I've been, this a 3, that a 3, and it's like I think I'd rather watch this over those movies. So
okay.
Is my 3 justified? Maybe it's one of those things like you can't compare them. You can't compare them, So I don't know. I don't know, man. What do you feeling?
I was
really
gonna go
struggling
at 3.5, but now that you're saying all those other movies that offered me personally more entertainment,
Right?
like The Flash, I was having fun seeing Keaton and going back in time and all these crazy ideas. The Chrono Bowl, those are cool, fun, entertaining ideas. This one's very, middle of the road, generic. I don't know if it was offering very much new stuff, but it is, well executed, and especially for 2023, just having like a nice simple period piece, it was nice. So I think I'm just right smack dab in the middle on that 3 out of 5.
Yeah, I might, because I think I gave Renfield a 3 out of 5, 3.5 out of 5. Maybe you need to expand count system to 10 now. Maybe we do.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
That might be tougher though.
Yeah.
That might be tougher. I don't know. The more numbers in my head, the worse probably. I don't do well. I ain't so good with math. But yeah, man, I might go 3 as well.
Okay, yeah.
I might go 3 as well, because you are right. It was kind of at times generic and just, I could see this one being like, if I put it on again, like 5x amount, whatever, how many years from now, being like, oh, I totally forgot about this. Oh, I totally forgot about this part. Oh, I totally forgot, this has for this, that, and the other thing. I could see it being one of those movies for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll rip you off. I'll give it a 3 out of 5 as well.
Very nice, very nice. But before we finish for the day, we also wanted to talk about another horror film, another summer horror film. I find it so interesting that we do horror in the summer. Usually I'm not a big horror guy, but I'm starting to notice these trends. I'll change my background.
I think it's because, movies tend to make more money in the summer.
Oh, okay. I think I was talking about that with Sam, and she said, "Oh, you got to get like your cult following right before Halloween." So
that's a good point too. They're prepping us up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to talk about another horror film from A24 Studios called Talk to Me. Here is the trailer.
Who's up?
I'll do it.
Cannot go for more than 90 seconds. Am I clear?
What happens after 90 seconds?
Don't want to stay. Light the candle to open the door. Blow it out to close it. Put your hand on it. Now say, talk to me.
Talk to me.
What did the hand feel like?
It felt amazing. I could see and feel everything on the other side. So my mom, she was trying to reach out. Find you. Still been seeing stuff.
You mean saying stuff?
What if we open the door but we didn't shut it?
Oh my god, they followed us.
I like you.
They're not gonna stop. They're never gonna stop.
Like you.
Talk to me, y'all. Before we talk about Talk to Me, I wanted to bring in special guest ASAP to the stream. How's it going?
Oh, what's
What's up,
man?
Juan?
What up, you guys?
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
It's
How you
going.
doing?
How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, but Talk to Me. This one's from director Danny Philippou and his twin brother Michael Philippou. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. A couple of Australian directors.
Aren't they like big YouTubers or something? From what I've heard.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with them at all?
No, not at all. Well,
Yeah, me neither.
I feel like I've at least seen some of the Ronald McDonald like comedy sketches back in the day.
Wait a minute. Is one of them dressed up like Ronald McDonald?
Yeah, and they do like a real high squeaky voice, like, "Hey guys, what are you doing?"
I think Christian used to show me those videos back in the day. Oh my god, that's
YouTube channel is Raku, something like that.
okay, dude. That's what I'm thinking. If it's the same thing, that's too funny. Christian and I used to watch that shit all the time back in the day.
Yeah, but they came in and made a really good horror film that was fresh. I felt like it brought a lot of new ideas to the horror genre, and it was, I don't know, would you say it's like a possession film? I guess with
in a
like
way,
spirits.
yeah.
I feel like it was.
Yeah,
yeah,
in a way.
Yeah. But like it's about this hand that these kids bring to a party. Instead of drugs, you bring like a forbidden haunted hand to a party, and everybody takes turns using it, and basically becoming possessed by whatever spirits are inside of this haunted hand. But unfortunately, the spirits follow them around, and bad things happen when you let spirits in. But I wanted to toss it off to Ian first. What did you think about A24's Talk to Me?
I liked it. It was a pretty good experience. When I saw the trailers for it, I was like, a bunch of fucking teenagers. I don't know. I'm too out of touch with these kids nowadays. I don't know if I'm gonna, relate to this movie at all. But I was pretty impressed by it. It was just really. It had a great setup. It's got, like Carlos was saying, it's a really good sort of like a plot device. The hand. I think what was it? Like the hand is like the embalmed severed hand of a psychic medium, I want to say, or something.
Yeah, I think
that's what they're like theorizing.
Yeah, which is a good, that's pretty spooky premise. Yeah, man. Like it didn't. I felt like it didn't rely too much on CGI. I'm sure they had to use some, but it was just nice to kind of see that. It was. And okay, here we go. I totally forgot to bring this up. This didn't feel too jump scare heavy. Where last Voyage of the Demeter, there was a lot of jump scares to the point where it's like, really, another one. It gets kind of old after a while, and I feel like, I don't know if maybe you guys think differently, but I felt like Talk to Me didn't really have too many, which I liked. It was more moodish, sort of just like being out and open with it instead of just like, it gets all quiet and boo, like it just gets kind of, it's like it's almost kind of cheap when you do it so much. That hand-related thing from Adam's Family. Maybe they froze things. They're tired of it running around. It's either that or it's Ash's hand from Evil Dead, maybe. The bad hand.
Oh yeah,
plastered it.
Oh god, yeah. But what'd you, Juan, Carlos? What'd you guys think of this?
Juan, what'd you think?
I really enjoyed this movie, honestly. Like, so I didn't feel like it was scary. Like, it didn't really try to scare me, but it did have, like, throughout the whole movie, it was just suspenseful. That's how I felt it. We're like, oh, you're gonna get scared at any moment, but then it didn't really. Yeah, I agree with Ian. It didn't have any jump scares to try to give you that spook, but it kept you in suspense the whole movie, and it had a really good storyline and the
Yeah.
whole premise of it and everything that just had you hooked, and you didn't really care about getting scared, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I really enjoyed this film. I really did.
Thanks.
I was still shaking in my boots though. I was scared, but in a different
There
way.
is some creepy stuff in this.
It gave you like a different feeling, like a different
Yeah.
scared feeling, pretty much.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I hate it when I'm at the theaters and they play the previews for, I think Exorcist was what we saw yesterday for the
Oh
previews.
god, you
And
had
it's
the,
like,
you had,
jump
you,
scare.
dude. You're
Yeah.
The Nun
You're-
too, jump scare. And I'm like, oh,
Right.
stop! I'm being
Yeah.
abused.
we were watching. Dude, you had the best joke after the trailer for the new Exorcist movie played. You're like, where's James Woods? Somebody called James Woods.
Gotta exercise those little kids
God,
with the Magnum.
dude, people have been ripping that apart. Like, at least the people I watch, they've been calling it like the two. It's like if you took the Exorcist and combined it with Two Girls, One Cup. It's like real. People are really hounding on it. Which rightfully, I guarantee you, I not guarantee, but I highly doubt it. I'm not going to go see it because they already fucked. Those dudes already fucked up the Halloween movies. I don't want to see them go fuck up Exorcist.
Oh,
Not
it's the
that.
same
See,
director.
but that's the funny thing. The Exorcist. There's more. It's one of those franchises where there's more shitty movies than good movies. The only ones I like are 1 and 3.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen any after 3, but yeah, it's not like there's really that. It's a shame because the first one is one of the greatest movies ever made, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's not like it has a high bar like the franchise as a whole. But I don't know. And again, I just don't want to give those fuckers money.
Yeah.
I'm not giving them my money. So
Yeah, I'd rather
knows? Maybe
like
it's good. I
support
don't know,
these ones.
exactly.
Kind of the fresher
Exactly.
directors, fresher storylines. Not just another Exorcist or a Nun film. I mean, Nun's only on number 2, but still.
Well, I saw the Nun. See, it's tied in with the Conjuring. It's
Yeah.
like part of that that cinematic universe.
Because they're making the whole Conjuring verse, yeah.
Yes. The Nun. I don't know. Juan, did you see the Nun?
I don't think I've seen the Nun yet. Yeah.
It was. I saw it when it came out in the theater.
Meh.
That's another one. I'm sure if I watched it, like I totally forgot all about this shit.
Yeah, see, that's what I liked about this movie, because like
Yeah.
it's another possession movie, but it had like a different twist to it, you know.
Yeah.
So like a whole different spin to the possession.
Yeah. With a standout performance from Sophie Wilde as Mia. She was really good. Not her. Sophie Wilde. She was really good in this one.
Yeah, her
And-
character was. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
Oh, and they're all Australian too. So like,
Yeah.
I don't think I recognize any of these actors. Oh, except
That
for
was
the mom.
Oh, the mom was in the Lord of the Rings. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's been in other stuff too, but I always think of Lord of the Rings when I see her.
Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
good
man.
point too. It was really. That's an excellent point. It was really refreshing seeing all these new faces,
Yeah, new faces.
and they weren't bad actors either.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I'm pretty much just echoing what you guys were saying. It's fresh. It's a different type of scare, done very well by young directors, and I always like it when they can kind of like freshen it up with like modern times. Like we're all on cell phones at parties doing just stupid shit.
Oh
With
yeah.
a little spin on it. Yeah, this was a really good one. I also was watching their behind the scenes on the YouTube channel on Raku Raku about how they got it made, and apparently studios were offering to fund it, but the two
there's
directors
there's
were
a
all
big
like,
bidding war to acquire it or something. Yeah.
yeah, the two directors, they were like, we're not gonna have it purchased while we're making it because we want to make it how we want to make it. We don't want studios telling us, oh, you got to cut this out, oh, you got to change that up. So they made a film that they wanted to make, took it to Sundance, where it was acquired by like A24. And I think that makes it awesome because it's not as cookie cutter-ish as what we're seeing come out, like The Nun.
Yeah.
Give me another jump scare. Throw another jump scare in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no. Be your own thing.
Crisscross will make you jump.
Yeah. Should we talk spoilers?
Yeah,
Talk
sure.
All right. Spoiler banner is up, everybody. I saw an early screening of this one, so my memory's not the best on it, but when they actually build it up really well is the little brother. He wants to be included on their house party and their little house trick, and finally he gets to do the possession, and it goes so wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It was
that shit was tough.
crazy. I like had to like hide my. I was like, oh no, I can't watch. But
Yeah.
he gets possessed by, was it their mother, I believe,
Was it Mia's mother?
Mia's mother. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he starts going crazy and hitting
Yeah.
himself and bashing his own head in. Oh my god, that was
Yeah.
gory as
He starts
hell.
does he start like gouging his eye out too
Yeah.
at one point?
It's like
It was pretty gnarly.
Out.
I felt so
Kill
bad
Bill
for that
stuff.
kid. Yes. God.
It was disgusting. I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen that before. The eye gouging like that.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
I was like,
That was like the most gruesome part. But yeah, it was very well done, leading up to it. And then it's a group of, young adults, young kids, and the mom's like, you guys better not be having house parties, don't get in trouble. And then of course, like in real life, whenever you throw a house party, something has to go wrong. But only it just goes totally wrong. What has Ian got? Zombie. Oh geez, that's horrible.
Pretty cool, huh?
Is that George Romero?
It's Lucio Fulci. It was it's like have you seen this poster before?
Yeah.
Yeah, really good zombie. I'm totally derailing the conversation. I apologize. But when we're talking about the eye, I always think of that.
Nice. Yeah, and then we could talk about how Mia, I guess she becomes addicted to the hand, and she wants to talk to her mother, who is deceased. So that's how she communicates with her mom. What do you guys think about that?
I'll let you go first one.
oh, I don't know. I was thinking the whole time were they just trying to possess? So I know when she did the hand first, she kept like right when she did it, she pointed at the little brother right away that they wanted him. But I was like, what if they wanted her all along and they were just using him to
Right?
try to get through her, and that's why she got addicted. She just kept going back to it. So they knew she was going back to it, and then she was going to be easier to possess the little boy or little boy.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit there, but
Oh.
But yeah, I think I get what you're saying, which is the spirits are like so clever. They did like a reverse psychology on her.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I like that. And it's kind of revealed towards the end too, when she's going crazy and accidentally stabbing her dad, and
Yeah.
and she's like trying to take out the young kid, but it ends up turned around on her, and she's the one who's in the hand now. I thought that was pretty clever. Yeah, that was really good. Do you see that coming, Ian? What was that?
Which part?
Like her getting set up by the spirits?
Maybe just in the sense that I kind of felt that she was the main character. They were setting her up to be the main character. I really I thought, and in fact, all of that I thought was really well done. I kind of like the ambiguity of, did her mom kill herself or was it an accident? I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
I just really thought that was the sort of tension with the dad was pretty decent, and how she kind of was almost like a surrogate adoption child of the other family in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it was pretty well done. It was pretty well written. All of her, just her character in general. And I actually kind of, if anything, think her fate worked for me. It's pretty downtrodden and sad, but it just kind of worked.
Yeah.
It's almost, because I remember, I don't know, have you guys ever seen Hereditary?
No,
No.
I skipped that one.
So when it came out, it was like it's the scariest movie ever made. Oh my god! It kind of has a downer ending like this, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's the beauty of it. It's tragic." And to me, it's just like I don't know. It just wasn't worth the journey, if you will.
Yeah.
For me, I feel the complete opposite about this. I think it just, for whatever reason, this just clicked for me. It's like I just felt that was just much more of a, I don't know if I'd say satisfying. It wasn't like I was satisfied. That sounds a little too cruel, but just sort of, I don't know. It just worked
Hmm.
a lot better in this, to me.
Yeah. I'm reminded of is it Drag Me to Hell, where the ending she's
Oh, that
like,
was enough, dude. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that one.
no,
Oh yeah, at the end, they drag her to hell.
yeah,
I mean, at least they lived up to the title.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, for whatever reason, that movie just doesn't work for me.
Oh,
Where it tries to trick you that she made it out, completed.
Yeah.
You still got her.
shoot.
Yeah.
I heard that they might be doing a sequel. Talk to Me Too.
I
Are
was,
you guys
I was-
excited for that?
I was about to say that. I was like, what do you guys think about Talk to Me Too? I think it got greenlit, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So
I
what are
heard
they
they were already
gonna
working on it.
what are they gonna do? Are they gonna have the same characters? Is it gonna be the same premise, different characters?
That's what I don't know.
Prequel, sequel.
They probably have to use. Yeah, they probably have to do different.
Oh, did you say Carlos, did you say it was a prequel last night when we were talking about it?
If I'm not mistaken, I heard it's a prequel.
Yeah, maybe that'll work. I don't know. I mean, I'm not,
Talk about
you know, I'll say this because I'm not like completely against sequels. Some of my favorite movies of all time are sequels.
Yeah.
I think the way they're doing this is the right way to go because they're striking while the iron's hot. They're not waiting a long time. Sometimes I
Yeah.
think that actually helps. You know,
Yeah.
it's still this movie's still in our zeitgeist. It's fresh in our memory.
Yeah.
So I think that's a benefit. I don't know. I mean, do I think this needs a sequel? No, because there's something to be said about movies that were just one and done. But at the same time, if they're making one, they're making one. I can't stop that. So I'd go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sister saw Talk to Me with me. What'd you think about it? She said it was good.
It was good.
She said it was
It was
spooky.
good.
How many stars do you give it? She said it's the best horror movie of the year, and I got to agree with that.
You know, I think I'd agree with her too.
Probably.
Yeah,
It was really good.
yeah, I agree.
Just taking out the trash.
Taking out
Yeah,
the
Anyway.
trash.
might be the best horror movie so far as this year.
Yeah, I mean, because
Yeah.
I mean, I could definitely say I liked it better than Evil Dead.
Better than Evil Dead.
What else?
I don't know if you
I
guys
like, but
Insidious yet, but
no.
The
no.
Red Door, no.
yeah, it was way better.
Did you see it, one?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was cool. It did try to have a lot of jump scares, but like they weren't scary jump scares. There's like one scene out of the whole movie that I really liked that actually had like that whole horror suspense to it. But other than that, it was probably my least favorite Insidious movie.
Nah,
Gotcha.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm just not a big Insidious fan.
Hmm.
They're not bad, but I don't know. They just don't really do much for me.
Hmm.
I'm usually not like a possession or like a ghost kind of guy either.
Hmm.
But I felt like this one was still really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think see, it's so funny, and now we're gonna get the new Exorcist movie. I just feel like I'd be like, I already saw a good possession movie this year,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows? That might be the greatest movie ever made, so you never know.
You got
There's a joke. So William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist, just passed away this week. And people, this is awful, but people were saying it's because he saw the new Exorcist, a preview cut of the new Exorcist movie, and it killed him. It's
Aw.
fucked up, but it's kind of funny. But yeah.
Have you watched any William Friedkin?
Yes, I watched this movie I'd never seen called Bug. It's with Ashley Judd and Michael Shannon. You guys ever heard of that?
No.
Nope.
It was, oh god, man, it's something. It's pretty nutty in a good way. Like it's like one of those movies where it wasn't an enjoyable watch because it's just really kind of sad and just really the characters are just so just you feel really bad for them, for lack of a better phrase. And yeah, I mean, it's I guess I would recommend it. It's they give really good performances, but it's not fun. It's not a fun watch, really. It's kind of just watching two people slowly go insane.
Oh jeez.
But have you guys ever seen the original Exorcist?
I don't think I've sat through it.
I've seen some of the older ones, but I don't remember which ones. I haven't seen an Exorcist in a long time.
In fact, if anything, if maybe because I really want to review Jason Goes to Hell on Friday the 13th in October. But if we could squeeze it in, Exorcist would be really awesome to review. I just think it's a really tremendous movie.
A classic.
Yeah. Have you I don't know, Carlos, have you seen any William Friedkin movies that you know of? Like he did like The French Connection and To Live and Die in LA. That's another big one he did.
I might have watched that one back in middle school, but it's been a while.
Gotcha. He's a very good director.
There's one where you always see the scene. It's like a bridge with a truck crossing over it.
Oh, Sorcerer. We talked about that a lot.
A lot of good things.
I need to rewatch that. Everyone says that's like, I think I fell asleep when I watched it. And I fall asleep while watching movies a lot. And it's nothing to do with the character, the quality of the movie. But yeah, I need to rewatch that. I really Roy Scheider's the lead. Roy Scheider's awesome. So I need to give that one a watch again.
The sheriff from Jaws.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, but talk to me. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Australians, and this is their first film too. So I'd be interested to see what else they can come up with.
Yeah, same.
I'll probably check out the sequel. I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not right now. Really, I mean, if they're making it,
Are you by the hand, CJ?
Yeah, I think that they're teasing that they're going to release the hand prop replica. Might have to get that. Put it on the table in the
Will it actually be a real person's severed hand?
Oh God.
It's got to be authentic.
Authentical. We could probably make one.
There you go.
But Juan, what do you give Talk to Me out of 5? How many hands?
I have to give it a 4. 4 out of 5. Honestly.
If you went to a party and somebody had the hand out on the table, would you play it?
Gotta, be the first one there.
Oh,
I don't know. Would you consider that pretty much playing like the Ouija board now?
Yeah, it is kind of like Ouija board. Yeah. Talk to me.
Yeah. I don't know. I really enjoyed this film. Solid 4 out of 5.
Nice. Ian, what do you give Talk to Me?
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 as well.
Nice.
It was very enjoyable. It was just overall a good spooky movie.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's kind of we're gearing up towards the sort of scary months, the fall, October months. So, which if anything, I'm not really. I know The Exorcist comes out that month, and I don't know what else. So I guess I'll be staying in and watching the old movies for that month instead of going to the theater.
Oh, I forgot when.
What'd you say, One?
Yeah, what'd you say?
Saw movie comes out around that time, I think, too.
Oh, Saw.
That's another.
Saw 10.
I think so.
That's another series I never could get into. I've only seen the first 2.
Yeah, I think the first is like the best one, but
right. Yeah. Yeah.
You're saying, Ian, you wouldn't like to play a game?
No. I play other games, but those games. Yeah. Do you like the Saw movies, Carlos?
Too scary. When they came out, I was never into scary movies.
Well, see that like Saw, Hostel. I don't know that.
What is it? It's more of a like horror gore, right? It's just more
very gory.
So a lot of people call it torture porn. Oh, that era of horror was torture porn. I'm just not a big fan of that. It's just. I was actually kind of because I watched I think we talked about the Terrifier movies, and the first Terrifier movie was kind of torture porny, and I was like, it was okay. And then I watched the second one. I liked it a lot better. There's still a lot of really crazy stuff in that, but I just liked it a little more. It felt more like a slasher movie to me, and I really like slasher movies.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
watched the second just because it was like Ozzy was telling me a lot about it, but I didn't really.
Yeah,
think
exactly.
People were hyping it up to be.
Well, yeah, people were like, "Oh, people are throwing up," and it wasn't. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Saw's so good. Yeah, I know everyone really likes Saw. I've never been able to get into those movies. Human Centipede 2. Yeah, it's on our to watch
the
list.
Human Centipede.
How many are there? 3? 3 or something.
was
It's a
good.
trilogy, the trifecta of Human Centipede.
I was good after watching the first one. I don't think I need
I've
to
never
see
seen any of them.
It's too much.
I'm sure.
The one Saw I did see was where they had the masks. It was kind of looked like a bear trap, and then it would flip inside out to kill them.
What was that?
Like-
the first one? No, that couldn't have been the
number
first
3
one.
or 4.
Was it 2?
This was mainly about the guys in the bathroom, the 2 guys in the bathroom.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. Or in the
Sawing off
shower.
their leg.
Yeah.
I remember the second one. The chick jumps in the hypodermic needle pit, and then there's a part where like this chick's putting her hands and it's like there's razor blades, and like
I
every time
think
she moves out,
okay, that might be the
slits her
one.
wrists.
Yeah.
Is that it? That's what I mainly remember from the second movie.
Oh, yeah, that's the second one. Where they trap in the house and they gotta try to escape the house.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has the bear mask, but yeah.
I think it might. That sounds. I don't know. I remember in one of the scary movies they have all these wacky ass they do a Saw parody. That's a staple in a lot of them. Maybe it's in all of them. The mask thing.
The girl that was trapped in that bear trap around the head, she escaped it, and she was part of the group that was in the house.
Okay.
So that was a different movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They're fun. I do like the little guy on the tricycle. I don't remember his name though.
Billy.
Jigsaw.
Jigsaw.
Is it Jigsaw?
I think it's Billy.
Huh.
Yeah.
Who's Jigsaw?
The doll's name is Billy, but the killer, they call him the Jigsaw Killer.
Okay, gotcha. Did you guys see the one with Chris Rock?
Oh, Jigsaw? No, Spiral, right?
Yeah.
It is Spiral. I haven't seen. That's the only one I haven't seen.
Have you seen that, Carlos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I never. Again, I don't really watch the Saw movies, so I never saw it.
Talk to me though. I give that one a 4.5, guys. 4.5. That's a good horror film.
Yeah.
Yeah, very fresh. I'm interested for more from these directors. And it's fun just looking at some Australian culture too. I think at one point they hit not a wallaby, but a kangaroo. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did, huh?
Yeah. Usually it's like a deer in the horror films that they hit.
Yeah, they gotta worry about those kangaroos. That kangaroo just stole my ball.
Yeah, I thought it was a very clever horror film. Very good. I recommend going to see it in theaters right now.
Yeah, I agree.
A24, man, they don't miss.
Yeah,
they don't miss.
No, they've been putting out some good stuff out.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you want to add about Talk to Me, guys?
I think we're good.
Everything you just said.
Yep. Yeah, we got some good choices in theaters right now. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Are you gonna talk about Turtles?
We could just say it briefly. Would you recommend going to theaters for that one?
I don't know. I enjoyed the Turtle movie. Like, it had a really good animation, a refreshing story. It was like a little different story than what you're used to. And the art style, the soundtrack, and everything.
Yeah.
Teenagers.
What was that last part?
They actually made them teenagers this time.
Yes.
You know?
That's a very important thing. I think Seth Rogen, he did we went to the fan event, me and Juan. And Seth Rogen did like a pre-show little hey guys, introducing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We wanted to make them like actual teenagers and hire teenager voice actors. And I think that it benefited greatly from that.
Yeah, it really did.
And I guess in the recording booth, whenever the kids would say something goofy like, "Oh man, that's I don't know,
like
I'm sucking."
uh,
What? Oh, the Riz,
yeah,
putting the
really.
Riz on it.
Like,
Seth
yeah,
Rogen would encourage them
yeah.
and say, "What'd you say? Say that again. Say Riz. Go with that." So yeah, I think that like you're saying, the animation's great, the voice actors are great, very entertaining film. Um, I think I recommend that one if you guys are bored. Go to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Probably the first time I've been interested in the franchise myself. I'm usually not a Mutant Ninja Turtle guy, but having you had Jackie Chan in there. I think wasn't John Cena one of the
John Cena.
voices?
Yeah.
Seth Rogen was in there. Oh, and a standout performance. The bad guy was played by Ice Cube, who was really good.
Oh yeah.
That was a standout performance for me. Yeah, I'd recommend that one if you guys are bored and want to go to theaters and see a good animated film.
Yeah. Those are really fun. Those are really fun films.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, what would you rate that one off the top of your head?
I don't know. Like for an animated film, I think I probably have to get together like I might have to give it a 4.
Mm-hmm.
4 out of 5, honestly, too.
Yeah.
The animated film, yeah.
Yeah, it surprised me how good
Yeah,
it was.
I was like, oh, it's gonna because from the trailers, it looks like it's gonna be like a really kids movie, but then it's still entertaining at the same time. You know? It's like with the whole refreshing storyline and everything. So it's like,
Fun
oh,
for the whole family.
yeah.
I think the same animation team did the Mitchells versus the Machines, which I never heard a lot about that one, but when I finally saw it on Netflix, that's another really good animated film.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, Mitchells versus the Machines, you gotta check it out. Good one.
Yeah. What would you
but
get?
for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that one's definitely like a 4.5 for me as well. It was really good, entertaining. And those kid voice actors did really good. And I think April O'Neil, she was played by a young girl as well. She was good too. Yeah. But I was like Ice Cube in films. Are we there yet? That's a classic. Yeah, but we got some good movies out right now.
Yep,
I don't know if there's anything in the future with the writer's strike or anything.
Oh, I didn't watch you guys' review, but how was the last Voyage? Was it worth the watch?
Ian?
If you're interested, yeah.
Okay,
I'd say go see it if it has your interest, yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Cause that's one of the movies I want to watch too. The last
Which
Voyage.
one?
So I want to watch.
To...
Yeah, that's why
I would go see it then.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't amazing, but at the same time, it serves its purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd pay matinee or wait till streaming for that one. But
yeah, Matt Lara Tuesday. Yeah, that wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
You get a little discount.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And then we got Gran Turismo coming out too. That one was okay too.
You saw it already, huh?
Yeah, that one was good. It was fine. But yeah, thanks guys for everybody at home tuning in.
Thank you for having us. Thank you everyone for watching.
Yeah. Thanks Juan for coming in.
Thank you. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Until next time, I think actually next week the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game comes out.
Wow.
I think it's like the 16th, so we might be streaming that, putting some gameplay up. Oh, thanks, Bottle Jack. You rock.
I'll be seeing you guys later.
Yeah, Bottle Jack is playing tonight at PJ's Roadhouse, 9:00. Be there.
Be square. You gotta be square.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next time.
See y'all later.
Peace.